Hi friends, I am Snehal and today we are going to start with 9th chapter of class 11 physics, the mechanical properties of solids. So till now we have been studying about motion of bodies and all the bodies that we considered were rigid bodies. So what do I mean by a rigid body? A body whose shape or size cannot be changed when you exert some external force on it. Such bodies are known as rigid bodies. Okay? So let me write down the definition of rigid body. So rigid body is a body whose shape and size cannot be changed. Cannot be changed. Or we can say doesn't change. So in reality, no body in the world can be called as a perfectly rigid body because when you exert force on bodies, there is always some change in their shape and size. Alright? Now in this chapter, we are particularly interested in a specific property of materials, and that property is elasticity. So let's see what is elasticity. So materials, all materials can be classified into two categories. So materials can be classified into two categories: elastic materials and plastic materials. Okay, so when you exert some force on any body, there is some change in its shape and size. But if that body can regain its original shape and size, the body is known as elastic body. And if the body cannot regain its original shape and size, the body is known as plastic body. Okay, so for an example, if you take rubber band, if you stretch on it, what happens? It gets elongated. But as soon as you release it, it comes back to its original shape and size. So such bodies which can regain their original shape and size when external force is removed are known as elastic bodies. And if you take an example of mud or putty, so if you take lump of mud and if you exert some force on it, then what happens? Its shape and size changes. Okay, its shape changes. But if you remove that external force, what happens? Nothing happens. Mud can never come back to its original shape. Okay, so such bodies are known as plastic bodies. So what are elastic bodies? The bodies which regain their original form after external forces are removed. So when forces are removed. Okay, so by the way, these forces which change form of body, form meaning shape and size of body, are known as deforming forces. Okay, so here we can say when deforming forces are removed. So such bodies are known as elastic bodies. And what are their examples? So for an example, rubber, steel. So in case of steel, it's not that much apparent because to change form of steel, you need a large force. Okay, so if you take steel wire and if you just stretch on it by your hands, you won't see any apparent change in its length. Okay, but steel is also an elastic body. All right. So what are plastic bodies? The body which cannot regain, can't regain its original form when deforming force is removed. And what are some examples of these bodies? So, for an example, lump of mud or putty. All right. So, just like there are no perfectly rigid bodies, there are no perfectly elastic bodies or perfectly plastic bodies. So, the real bodies that we see in our day to day lives, they are somewhere in between perfectly elastic and perfectly plastic. So, this rubber or steel, they are examples of near perfect elastic bodies, and mud and putty are examples of near perfect plastic bodies. Okay. So now we would like to understand how does this elastic behavior of solids comes into existence. So to understand that, we'll consider this model of solids which is known as spring ball model. Okay. So these balls, black balls that you are seeing over here, these are atoms or molecules inside a solid. And these springs are the bonds connecting these atoms or molecules. So let's try to understand how these bonds between atoms or molecules behave like springs. So the atoms or molecules, so atom is made up of a positively charged nucleus, and there is negatively charged electron cloud surrounding the nucleus. So let's suppose this is first atom, and this is, let's say this is this atom, and suppose this is this atom. Okay. So positively charged nucleus, negatively charged electron cloud. So Coulomb says, so according to the Coulomb's law of electrostatics, there is repulsion between like charges and there is attraction between unlike charges. So like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Okay. So there will be repulsion between this positively charged nucleus of first atom and positively charged nucleus of second atom, and negatively charged electrons of first atom and negatively charged electrons of second atom. And there will be attraction between this positively charged nucleus of first atom, negatively charged electrons of second atom, and vice versa. Okay. So now there is some repulsive force and there is some attractive force, and it's not difficult at what distance these atoms or molecules would like to sit. They would like to sit at such a distance where net force is zero. Okay, so the net repulsive force and net attractive force, if it is balanced, so these atoms or molecules, they would like to sit at that distance. Okay, the distance at which net repulsive and net attractive force is balanced. All right. So now this distance between atoms or molecules where this net force is balanced is known as equilibrium distance. Okay, let's call it r naught. So I'll write it here. So now what will happen if you exert some external force? So if you stretch on a solid, the distance between these atoms or molecules increases, and when distance increases, the attractive force will dominate over the repulsive force. So net force will be attractive. So these atoms or molecules, they will try to attract each other. Okay, and they will try to come back to their original equilibrium distance with respect to each other. All right. And when you press on a solid, when you compress it, the distance between these atoms or molecules decreases, and they don't like that too. So they will repel each other and they will try to come back to their original distance. Okay, they will try to maintain that fixed equilibrium distance. All right. So this is the property of these bonds. So these bonds between atoms or molecules in a solid are like springs. So when distance between them decreases, there is repulsion, and when distance between the atoms or molecules increases, there is attraction. And it's because of the spring like property of bonds in a solid, the solids can regain their original shape and size when you remove the external force. Okay, So this property of solids, due to which they can regain their original shape and size when external forces are removed, are known as elasticity. Okay, so this spring ball model of solids explains this elastic behavior of solids. So now it can be understood in yet another way. So for that, I will draw potential energy versus distance curve. Okay, all right. So this is potential energy versus internuclear distance curve for the case of two atoms. And if you recall, we had studied in the chapter work, energy and power the relation between force and potential energy. So what's that relation? So force between these two atoms is given by negative of change in potential energy with respect to distance. Okay, or we can say the derivative of potential energy with respect to distance. So if you see at this position, this curve is flat. That means this derivative is 0. Okay, so potential energy is minimum over here. So let's call it P mean. Okay, or I'm representing potential energy by letter U. So it is U minimum, and this is the distance corresponding to this minimum potential energy. Okay, so atoms or molecules within a solid, they like to sit at this distance. Now see what happens when this distance decreases or increases. There is rise in potential energy on both sides, but the slope of this graph, which is the derivative of potential energy with respect to distance, it goes downwards on left hand side and it goes upwards on right hand side. What does that mean? So derivative is negative on left hand side and derivative of potential energy with respect to distance is positive on right hand side. All right, so if r is less than, or if x, the distance is less than r naught, this du by dx is negative, and that means F is positive. So positive force means repulsive force. Got it? So if distance is greater than r naught, so if x is greater than r naught, du by dx is positive and F is negative. So positive force means repulsive force and negative force means attractive force. So this attractive or repulsive nature of the force between atoms or molecules within a solid can be also understood by the help of this potential energy versus distance curve, and the explanation goes like this. Okay, so in nutshell, when distance between atoms or molecules decreases, they repel each other, and when distance between atoms or molecules in a solid increases, they attract each other. Okay, and this attractive and repulsive nature of the force between atoms or molecules in a solid, it's like spring, and due to this attractive or repulsive nature of bonds in a solid, solids can regain their original shape and size when you remove the external forces. And this explains the elasticity, the property of bodies to regain their original shape and size when external forces are removed.